If you're thinking about switching your Medicare plan in 2026, you're not alone. Millions of people are either unhappy with their current coverage, confused about the changes coming in 2026, or just want to make sure they're not overpaying for something they don't need. And trust me, switching Medicare plans can be a smart move, but only if you do it right. Because here's the truth that most people don't know: switching your Medicare plan without properly understanding the rules can leave you stuck with gaps, denied coverage, or surprise costs. Before we go deep into all the steps, rules, and insider tips to switch Medicare plans the right way, I want you to do something really quick. Comment your first name and the state you're watching from right now. I want to see how many amazing people from different parts of the country are investing time in understanding Medicare better and avoiding costly mistakes. I read every single comment and it truly encourages me to keep making videos like this. So let's begin. You might be watching this video because you're turning 65, finally becoming eligible for Medicare, or maybe you've been on Medicare for years and you're just tired of paying too much every month. Maybe your doctor suddenly stopped accepting your Medicare Advantage plan, or you found out that your prescription isn't covered the same way it used to be. Maybe you thought your dental or vision was included, only to learn that it really wasn't, not in the way you expected. These types of situations happen every day, and most people have no idea what to do when something feels off with their coverage. So they just stay where they are, even if they're unhappy, confused, or paying extra for nothing. But you don't have to be one of those people. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to switch Medicare plans in 2026 without losing coverage, no matter whether you're on Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, or Medicare Supplement. I want you to feel completely confident by the end of this video so that if you do switch plans, you're doing it knowing that you're covered, protected, and making the best choice for your health and budget. Let's start with something most people get wrong right away: not every time of the year is the right time to switch Medicare plans. You can't just switch whenever you want. You have to switch during certain enrollment periods, and if you miss them, you might get stuck with your current plan for another year, whether you like it or not. Let me give you a real example. I was talking to someone in Florida the other day. She had a Medicare Advantage plan she absolutely hated. The premium went up, her copays shot up, and surprising changes in her drug costs blindsided her. She called her plan and asked to switch, and they told her she couldn't, the window had already passed. She was stunned because no one told her there were deadlines. That one timing mistake cost her more than $2,000 that year. So let's clear this up right away. You need to know your switching windows. There are several different times during the year when you can make changes to your Medicare coverage, but what window applies to you depends on what type of plan you're switching from, and what type of plan you want to switch to. The first time you can switch plans is during Medicare's annual enrollment period, also called AEP. This runs from October 15th to December 7th every single year. During this time, you can switch from Original Medicare to Medicare Advantage, from Medicare Advantage back to Original Medicare, or just change from one Advantage plan to another. You can also switch Part D prescription drug plans. That's the time most people think about switching, but here's the part a lot of people don't realize: that's not the only time you can switch. There's also something called the Medicare Advantage Open Enrollment Period, from January 1st to March 31st. If you're already on a Medicare Advantage plan and you realize, maybe after the new year, that the plan isn't what you thought it was, you can switch to a different Advantage plan or switch back to Original Medicare during this time. But it gets even more interesting. There are also what's called special enrollment periods, times when you can make changes to your Medicare plan outside of the normal enrollment windows because of something that happens in your life. These situations are things like moving to a different state, losing employer coverage, being forced out of a plan because your plan is leaving the area, or even something like your plan's 5-star rating changing. Yes, even a star rating change can open up a new window for switching. So already you can see how switching plans can get confusing fast. And we haven't even talked about what happens when you switch types of plans, like going from a Medicare Advantage plan to a Medicare Supplement, because that's a whole different world with different rules. One of the biggest mistakes people make when switching plans is assuming that switching to a Medicare supplement, also called Medigap, is easy. The reality is that there's only one time in your life when it's guaranteed that you can get a Medicare supplement with no questions asked, no medical questions, no denials, no rate increases. That's during your Medigap open enrollment period, which is the 6-month period that starts when you first sign up for Medicare Part B, usually at age 65. If you wait and try to get into a Medicare supplement later, like in 2026, you could get denied because of your health, or you might pay way more than someone who got in earlier. So if you're thinking about switching to a Medicare supplement in 2026, the very first thing you need to ask yourself is, are you still in a guaranteed issue window? If not, you need to be prepared for underwriting, which means the insurance company is allowed to look at your health history. It's not like Medicare Advantage where they have to accept you no matter what. This is one of the biggest things people misunderstand about Medicare switching. A lot of people try to switch out of a Medicare Advantage plan into a Medicare supplement later in life because they want the flexibility of choosing any doctor that takes Medicare nationwide. But when they try to make the switch, they find out they can't because now they have diabetes, or heart disease, or they were hospitalized recently, and the supplement companies don't have to take them. And this is something I want you to really hear: just because you can switch your plan, doesn't mean you can switch your type of plan. So before you switch, ask yourself what you're trying to get out of the switch. Are you trying to save money? Get better coverage for dental or hearing? Lower your drug costs? Get access to a specific doctor or hospital? Or maybe you're just frustrated by the hidden restrictions in your Advantage plan. Because different plans solve different problems. Let's break this down with an example. Let's say you're on a Medicare Advantage plan right now. You pay nothing per month, maybe even get a rebate towards your Part B premium. But your co-pays are adding up. You have to get referrals to see specialists and your out-of-pocket limit is something like $6,700 a year. You hear about original Medicare and Medicare supplement plans and think, that sounds better, no referrals, nationwide access, predictable costs, I want that. But here's the catch: if you're way past that 6-month Medigap enrollment window, you're going to have to get approved medically. And if you don't get approved, you're stuck with the Advantage plan, unless you move, your plan leaves your area, or you qualify for a special period. This is where strategy comes in. If you're considering switching to a Medicare supplement in 2026, start early. Talk to an agent. Ask them about underwriting questions before you drop your current plan. Don't assume you're automatically going to get accepted. Because if you cancel your Advantage plan and then get denied for a supplement, you may have no choice but to go back to original Medicare with no backup, which means no cap on out-of-pocket costs. That could put you at serious financial risk. Now let's flip the situation. Maybe you're on original Medicare with a supplement plan right now. You pay a monthly premium, but it gives you great coverage, you barely pay for anything else. But you just hit 72. You're not going to as many doctors. You want something cheaper, maybe something with gym benefits or dental coverage. So you think about switching to a Medicare Advantage plan for 2026. That is almost always an easy switch. Medicare Advantage plans can't deny you, they don't use underwriting, and you can choose any Advantage plan in your area during an enrollment period. But there's a warning. If you leave your supplement plan and go into a Medicare Advantage plan, and then years later you decide you want your supplement back, you may not get approved. Or it may cost twice as much. So you need to be very careful about dropping a supplement plan just to save money temporarily. That's a decision that could limit your options later. Now let's talk about something that causes so much confusion: keeping your doctors. If you switch plans, and you're going from original Medicare to Medicare Advantage, or from one Advantage plan to another, doctors and networks matter a lot. A plan may look great, have all the bells and whistles, but if your doctor doesn't take it, it's not good for you. Also, your plan might cover the hospital you go to, but not the specialist you rely on. That's why before you switch plans, you need to check 3 things. Are your doctors in the network? Are your prescriptions covered the same way, or cheaper? Are your hospitals still in the plan? Because here's the reality, plans change every year. Doctors drop plans. Hospitals renegotiate contracts. And if you assume that what worked in 2025 will still work in 2026, you could be in for a surprise. That's why reviewing your plan every year is important, and that's why smart people take advantage of the switching windows. Now let me say something that may shock you. You can switch plans even if you're happy, and still come out ahead. Let's say you like your Medicare Advantage plan. You like the added benefits. You're okay with the network. You don't have complaints. But then you find out there's a similar plan in your area with lower copays, a better drug formulary, and a $0 dental deductible. Why stay in the old plan just because you're used to it? One of the biggest mistakes seniors make is staying loyal to a plan that stopped being loyal to them. Medicare is personal. You should always choose what's best for you right now. Let's talk about the process of switching itself. The biggest thing you need to know is that switching plans doesn't make you lose coverage, if you do it right. You don't have to cancel your old plan first. You apply for the new plan, and if you're accepted, the new plan takes over and replaces the old one automatically on the date you choose. That's how you avoid coverage gaps. The only time you ever cancel a plan first is when you are 100% certain the new plan has approved you and has a start date. Never cancel before you're sure. So here's how you switch safely in 2026. Make your decision during a valid enrollment period. Check that your new plan has everything you want covered. Make sure your prescriptions and providers are in the new network. Complete your application, and only after you are accepted, then, and only then, let your old plan go. That's how you switch without losing coverage. Now, before we go deeper, if you're finding this helpful, smash the like button and consider subscribing. I make these videos to help people just like you understand Medicare before making costly decisions, and your support truly helps this channel grow. Let's move on. There are 3 big traps that people run into when switching Medicare plans. The first trap is switching just because of a lower premium. A $0 premium sounds great, until you find out your copays are $40, $50, or $100 every time you need care. Always look beyond the premium. The second trap is assuming extra benefits means better value. Dental, vision, meals after discharge, these things sound amazing. But look at the limits. A $1,000 dental benefit sounds great until you learn the plan only pays 50% for anything over $500, and only on specific services. So you're still paying out of pocket. The third trap is assuming your drugs will stay priced the same. Most people never look at the drug formulary, and then their insulin jumps from $35 to $120 because the tier changed. Always check your meds when switching. Let me give you something that will really help. Before you switch plans in 2026, get a complete breakdown, not just of the premium, but of your deductibles, copays, out-of-pocket max, drug costs, in-network and out-of-network rules, and doctor availability. You wouldn't buy a house without knowing what the foundation looks like. Don't switch Medicare plans without knowing the full cost and structure. One more thing you need to know if you're switching from Medicare Advantage to Original Medicare in 2026, Medicare alone doesn't cover 100%. You need a Part D plan and you may want a supplement, or you could face unlimited out-of-pocket costs. A single hospital stay without a supplement can cost you thousands. So don't switch to Original Medicare blind. Let's finish with this: switching plans shouldn't be scary, it should be smart. Most people don't switch just because they don't understand the rules. But now you do. You're already in the top 1% of Medicare users who are educating themselves, and that puts you far ahead of the average person who just hopes for the best. So before I end this video, I want to remind you again, drop your first name and state in the comments. I'd love to see where you're watching from. It also helps me decide what kind of videos to make next. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and if you want help reviewing your plan or switching safely, send me a message or leave a comment below and I'll do my best to guide you. You're not alone in this, and with the right help, you can switch plans confidently, keep your coverage, and potentially save thousands of dollars in 2026. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.